What's up, YouTube? This is the Dark Paragon back with another video, and I'm back on the topic of anime. And I'm going to talk about the anime con I just went to recently called Anime Central 2014, located in Chicago, Illinois at Rosemont. And I gotta say, this was actually good. Now I'm going to cover the good, the bad, and the ugly of the con. Now I'm going to start out with the good. It had plenty of panels to go to, plenty of interesting topics to talk about, such as games, manga, anime, Japanese traditions, horror stories, films, you name it. They even had a game room where they had everything PS4, Xbox One, Wii U, Wii, N64, Super Nintendo, all classic systems just hooked up, just waiting for people to go play. All they had was a no bag rule to make sure nobody didn't sneak stuff out. And they even had an arcade, which you had to pay for, obviously. And there were plenty of restaurants within the store itself. In the dealer's room, it had plenty of merchandise, wristbands, shirts, wall posters, DVDs, video games, you name it. And this here is the map that they also had at the front door you can use in case you get lost, in case you need to find a panel. They also had a program guide. Basically, it had more detailed information on the panels, guests that were going to be there. Speaking of guests, for voice actors, two big ones, Travis Willingham and Laura Bailey were there, which I did get to meet the lovely Laura Bailey and shake her hand, and it was pretty nice. And also, in the dealer's room, I did manage to pick up a few good things, and I bust my ass off for these. These were expensive, but hey, I had to get them, because I love them. Pain Stalking is a good anime for those who haven't watched it. Another is good if you're into the horror genre. You have Chrono Crusade. Also, you got Persona Collection 1 and Collection 2, which are these. This is one of my all-time favorite animes all time, mainly because I'm such a huge dork of the franchise, seriously, the SMT series. And they even had a huge photo op also. And now, there were a lot of photo ops. They had Tails photo op, they had Pokemon photo op, DBZ, Bleach, Naruto, One Piece. They had a lot of photo shoots. You can go there and take a look at all the cosplayers' hard work, and you really got to give them credit for all the hard work they got to go through to make these costumes. It was amazing. And they also had a huge fairy tale photo shoot as well, and it was really good. There was a lot of things to do. There were a lot of interesting people to meet. It was just amazing. Now, I am prepared to talk about the bad about this con. Now, as for the bad, there were people who don't, I swear, there are people who don't believe in soap, they don't believe in toothpaste, they don't believe in deodorant. I'm standing in line for like some of these panels. These people just reek. The breath reeks terrible. And some of the panels were either full or just got canceled because the person didn't show up. And I will wait in line for like over an hour and a half. And yes, that's how long some of these lines were. An hour and a half. And I tried to get there as early as possible. Matter of fact, I tried to go to a Sailor Moon panel. I did manage to get there, and it started at 2, but then I realized Laura Bailey's panel was going to be at 3, where she does Q&A. I figured, wait a minute, since she's big when it comes to voice acting, there might be a lot of people there, right? So I only stayed at the Sailor Moon panel for about 10 minutes, got up. I went to the area where Laura Bailey's panel was going to be. There was already 50 people in front of me, so I was lucky to have thought of the idea to just leave early and get there. But other than that, it worked out. Also, there really weren't a whole lot of panels that branched out to a older demographic. Some of the stuff was just like mostly kid friendly, but I just felt there just wasn't enough for like older demographic wise. And oh yeah, also it rained. It rained a couple of days. It was kind of raining. It was a bit cold compared to last year where it was blazing hot. It was ridiculous. It was flat out ridiculous. But those were just some of the bad stuff. Now the ugly. Oh, here we go. What I didn't like what I hated. Like the hotel I was staying at. I was in a group of 8 people, and the hotel staff, they only gave us 4 keys. So basically we all had to to figure out, okay, who was gonna do what, who was gonna hang with who. for we managed to get that worked out. However, one guy I used to roll with, I'm not gonna mention his name. Basically, he stayed in a hotel room like the entire con, just mooching off of the alcohol that some of my buddies brought. And I asked him, dude, why can't you just like go get a badge and just participate at the con where everyone else? He's like, well, he said, well, there's really nothing at the con. Like, they really didn't have anything I want. Like, listen here, dude. There's plenty of panels. There's plenty of things to do at the con. They just don't fit your preferences. You think these cons they revolve around you, dude, but they don't. Deal with it. They're not. They're not gonna have wrestling or Randy Savage like, oh yeah. Sorry, dude. They don't do wrestling, dude. Get over it. Anyway, I brought my PS2 because I was gonna bring my N64, but I left that. So I brought it. I hooked it up. I'm playing it, and I let him play for a little bit too. But then I come back from the con. I went to a panel. I come back like 2 hours later, and then I decided to play the game again. He's like, "Oh, well, you're playing so calm. I already played it." He's like, "Oh, dude, you gotta go here, dude. You gotta press that button, dude. You gotta do this." I'm like, "Dude, I know how to play the game. Just stop it." And then the other girl who was in the room with me, she's like, "Dude, let him play the game in peace. He knows what to do. Like, he's not a little kid. He knows how to play." Like, I know, but I know. If you know, why are you still talking? Shut your mouth and let me play the game. It's my game. It's my system. Shut the fuck up. It was ridiculous how this man kept going on and on and on, telling me how to play the game. And on top of that, this dude didn't even shower either. The whole weekend we were down there, didn't even shower. We got there that Thursday, left Sunday. The guy didn't even shower. It was absolutely ridiculous. Like, that man had serious problems. And early when I told him, dude, just go with a con. Like, I'm like, dude, what you doing right now? You're just sitting in a room drinking alcohol, playing video games. You could have did that back at home for free. And he tried to damage control, saying that, well, yeah, but all my friends are going to be at this con. So basically, all, as in, you don't have any other friends but us. We're at the con. You're just sitting in a room by yourself. Dude, you're sad, you're lonely, and pathetic. Eventually, I just stopped talking to him. I couldn't put up with him. I mean, he was already beginning to become a headache for months anyway. But this con was just a straw that brought the camel's back to where I had to end friendship for the better. But we also had this one other girl who brought this dude in, got him drunk, and had sex in the bathroom. And on top of that, the bathroom was a complete mess because somebody came in the room, trashed it, left the wig and stuff, and even stole my train ticket. Yes, that's right, people. I had a train ticket stolen. That means somebody went in my handbag, my personal belongings, and stole my train ticket to the point where I had to buy another train ticket, which cost me about $70 just to get home. But the guys I was with, they brought drinks, but the only problem, all of them were alcoholic. Nobody thought to bring any, like, plastic spoons, cups, utensils, juice, water, milk, soda. No, it was just mainly alcohol because they heard there was going to be some hotel parties Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all which got shut down or some people got kicked out. So they kind of like defeated the purpose. But anyway, I had to constantly go back to the convenience store just to get some snacks and drinks, and I had to go to McDonald's because it was the cheap. I had to go to McDonald's all 3 days because it was the cheapest place to get a meal because the hotels they were staying at were expensive. Because I think the most expensive meal at those hotels was like $60, but mainly just start from $8 to $12. Yeah, yeah, there was a lot of ugliness at this con. I mean, there was a lot of good, but there was a lot of ugliness as well. So, I'm at the con. I get the call from that same dude who's, you know, playing games, drinking alcohol. What happened was I put the PlayStation 2 back up in my bag, but I didn't tell him. So I'm just sitting back. I'm just sitting at the con relaxing. I get a call from him. He's saying like, dude, like, where's your PlayStation 2? He's like, dude, like, where's your PlayStation 2? Like, cause I was just looking for it and I was just gonna play it. Like, I brought my PS3 also. Like, I also need cords to use it. I'm like, dude, why didn't you bring your own? Like, well, here's the thing. He never answered my question. He's like, well, you see, well, dude, just answer the question. Come on. But I come back to the con hour later. I come back. This dude went in my bag, took out my PS2 and hooked it up to the TV and playing it. And then later he took the cords out my PS2, hooked it up to his PS3 so he can play his system. I'm like, dude, fuck you. But next year, gonna be different. Next year, I'm taking my girl and two other people that I know. We're gonna get our own hotel room. That way, I don't have to put up with that garbage anymore. Problem solved. But anyway, this is my ACEN 2014 trip. Good, bad, ugly. I just wanted to share it with you guys. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Let me know you guys' cons experience as well. What was good, bad, and ugly about those. I would like to really hear about your experiences down in the comment section. And I'll see you guys later.